Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Up Tre podcast. I'm your co-host, Samson Folk. I'm joined by, of course, the other co-host, Trevon Heath, the tray that pulls up. This also, Up Tre, this episode is a presentation of Tourney Bet Online Sportsbook and Casino. Tre, the Raptors are lining themselves up for a sprint towards the end of the season. They have a very strong shot at a top 6 seed. They have an outside shot at a top 4 seed. We are looking at, as I said before, a sprint. How are you doing, though? How are you feeling? Are you well rested? I know you had a nice spa day.
Oh, man, anyone who hasn't been to the spa, please go. Look, whenever I go to the spa, Samson hates this. I like talking this like elevated. I was supposed to say Samson hates the spa.
I thought that's where you were going with it. But no, you do. You do the Louis Zatzman. You start putting on airs. It's very breathy CBC radio.
You just relax and you realize the world doesn't have to have all this noise, and you just talk like this. It just makes you feel good. But
and then you go work a 14-hour day. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's a fact. But it's good to get the rest. I'm sure the players love the rest as well. And having a week, the season can kind of feel like a grind, probably even for us. Like, we're not playing, but you have there's a game almost every other night, and like having a week without basketball, I'm excited for the games and to see them play again. So it's dope.
It's a very nice kickback. I remember, though, when I was simply just doing fan stuff, I hated it. Because you're doing other work, you're doing another job, and you're like, well, I wanted something to kick back to. And then, but when you're doing this job and you have to talk about it, I mean, we make so many jokes about you having to allocate your time differently because you are beholden to me and this podcast. That, the having a few days off is like a nice little thing. Regardless, we have a few things to talk about. And the first thing is we have to keep up with our awards draft, which we did. S was supposed to be here, but he's ghosted us. Our producer, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he'll show up halfway through. So we're going to give him a shot here. We are going to be talking about the awards we predicted at the start of the year. But also, I have to ask you first thing. William Liu, the boys, hello and welcome. Off the roster, Lindsey Dunn, the Nation Network, the family. They went out to All-Star Weekend. And Will... it's like you ask a guy from Toronto, like 2016, 2019, how special were those years? He went straight to the look at the ball and shoot at LeBron, that move. He's like, Kawhi, the championship Raptors, baby. And he said that they were an untalented team. Well, I'm paraphrasing. Everyone probably saw it. What did you think about that?
It's asinine. It's terrible. It's just... Maybe just saying that the team was this great team, like, emphasizes the point that like he may have made the wrong decision in 2020, which, like, you lay out the tail of the tape. Pascal Siakam continues to get better. Fred VanVleet makes an all-star team. OG Anunoby becomes one of the best defensive players in the NBA. Even Norm Powell improves coming off of the bench. Like, horrendous decision. Basketball-wise, horrendous decision. But to emphasize the team was untalented, you have a point of reference after you left to show that the team was also still very good. They won 48 games in 21-22, which is like crazy.
Well, even 2019-20, they won. Yeah. They didn't get finished this season. They were 53-19.
That's true. The bubble season, but even if you strip away Kyle Lowry, because you can say like those two guys are like the best two players. That core continued to be very good. Didn't end well, but with Kawhi, he maybe we're looking at his career probably different if he wins 2, maybe 3 rings with the Raptors, but each their own.
I think this is, sometimes this is talked about how there is this idea that just because you played basketball, you will have like a better idea of who is good. And while I think if you play basketball at a high level and then apply yourself to caring and watching, then yes, you probably will be. However, a lot of these guys are not watching that much for the same reason you and I talked about at the start. It's like, it's nice to have a day off and we cover the league. Kawhi doesn't want to tune in and see all this kind of stuff. Kawhi probably, when they said, Norm Powell, he's an all-star, he probably said, what the hell is going on? You know, it's like a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms when he tells Arion, like, I have the honor of being a knight. He's like, well, I guess knighthood has fallen on hard times. That's probably how Kawhi was looking at him. He's like, this is not real.
No,
He didn't rate the guys.
It's a sin.
I'm getting a call from S
Oh.
live on the podcast.
He's ready to do his job. Oh, wow.
S, you're live on the podcast. I thought you were going to be part of this today.
I am part of this. What are we doing?
I sent you the link at 4 p.m. We were supposed to record at 4 p.m.
Oh, I thought we were doing 4:30, no?
What? I don't think anybody said 4:30, but do you want to hop on? We have to do the awards draft.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so go ahead. You were saying.
Yeah. I think if you told him Norman Powell would be an all-star 5 years from now, like he would say, like, we live in an alternate universe. Just how it turned out is one just goes to show, like, that 2019 team, although they make the swap for DeMar and add in a Hall of Fame player at the peak of his powers, the supporting group he had around him was very strong. And that 2019 team, I think you look at as one of the 5 best of the last, like, 10 champions.
All right. Trey said that kind of stuff. Yeah. S, your very quick thoughts. By the way, everyone, S is here. We've done some slick editing in the background. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Kawhi thing?
You know?
Yeah.
The Kawhi thing is absurd, I feel. And
Trey said asinine. You guys are very close.
Look at that.
Vocab.
Although I will say, it feels like he didn't know what the question was. When I saw the clip and I actually heard him talk about it, sometimes when you ask one of these players, they'll like say something that's not really all that related to the question that you're answering or the question that you're asking. And I feel like that was part of it. Like maybe he thought that the question was about how that 2019 team was great, and he was just like, yeah, we weren't that talented, but we had a lot of grit and gusto, and like, I don't know, maybe that's what he was trying to rationalize it with, but the answer is absurd. I will say that. Yeah.
I think you could get to the heart of the meaning of his answer if you asked him, do you think you're very talented? And he might say, I don't think I'm that talented. I just worked really hard. He may say that. And then that would kind of show because you ask people around the league, you ask like, hey, how much of the NBA, once you get there, what determines your success? Is it truly the stuff you bring into the league, or is a lot of it how you're willing to work to keep yourself in the league and improve? And a lot of guys in the league will say guys get better because they work. Guys who don't get better, working so much, which I can respect as a guy who, work is not the end-all, be-all of life, but as somebody wanting a team to be better, the grinders, you love them. Apparently, the 2019 championship Raptors were grinders, evidenced by the fact that there wasn't a lottery pick on the team. Pretty incredible. Okay. Any other All-Star weekend takeaways? Trey, catch us up if you have any.
I watched Unrival's one-on-one tournament. It is the best All-Star event I've watched in years.
Yeah.
It is competitive. The players care. It gets to highlight several different players and their style of play, even their defensive play. And like, if you're a paying fan and you want to see all these guys in one room, you want to see them to have some level of competition to some degree. And the men need to sack up and replicate the same thing. While I love seeing the celebrity game, I loved seeing Gorilla hit shots for Brandon Ingram in practice. To sacrifice a long weekend for most, I want to watch something that's somewhat entertaining and a way to highlight several different players. So like they've got to add that as an event. But I thought the All-Star game was better than usual.
How much money would it have to be for the players to sign up for this?
$5 million, I think.
I feel like it has to be more.
I think you get enough good players where $5 million is enough. You might not get LeBron. You might not get Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch LeBron there anyway, man. Not at this point.
LeBron lost. Oh. But like VJ Edgecombe's playing. He's not doing the dunk off, but he's definitely playing in that.
Yeah.
He would be.
And that'd be enough for me.
He would be like, we didn't have electricity. when I was 7 years old. You know, like this story, he's like, listen, man, this is a success. When he gets up there, whoo, baby.
Yeah.
I will say, it was better, as you said. There is something like, if you are the NBA and you seem so obsessed with not only, because they don't just think about people watching the games, they think about what's our reach, our impressions, all this kind of stuff. How does the regular market of what we sell and our content, for lack of a better term, work initially from the NBA accounts, but then all of the hubbub afterwards, everyone, all the Stan accounts who cut clips from their guys one-on-one, just being in the zeitgeist, how like epic and just in the zeitgeist a one-on-one tournament would be if you had all the best players. It would be, and not like hell yeah for the ladies for doing it first, and it's a way better product than any other thing I've seen any other league do outside of like playoff games and regular season games. But it would be hyper, because you watch that, I watch that, you watch that. I don't even really watch the WNBA that much, but I will watch the unrivaled one-on-one. If the NBA did it, shit could be popping off, man. It could be incredible.
Dude, the whole fact that I mean, this is also part of necessity, but like the fact that there is an entire other off-season league that gets that level of buy-in and commitment, and also has the real stakes that are available for the players, which is what is it, $200,000, which is basically the same as like a Supermax slot in the W for a one-on-one tournament. That is awesome. That is so cool. I don't know if that could ever be identically replicated in the NBA, but if you can somehow, I don't know, man, like $5-10 million, you could probably get Peyton Pritchard, you could probably get VJ Edgecombe. Everybody brings up Peyton Pritchard.
Can you
I don't know
aim
why.
a little
That's
higher, man?
That's a bad time for Peyton Pritchard. I'll tell you that.
I agree it is. But hey, little midi, you know.
You know, there's something to be said.
Brandon Ingram, is Brandon Ingram doing the $5 million one-on-one tournament?
He might.
I'd lean yes, if he was asked.
Here's the thing, though. There is kind of a, like, the cat is out the bag. NBA players make a lot of money.
Yeah.
They make so much money that they can't be asked to do many different things. And that's money they've earned. That's money they've bargained for. But it does have these effects that, you know, cascading effects on getting them to participate in the other things. WNBA players do not have that same power to operate with, like, we don't care. I'm Tobias Harris and I just made $37 million or whatever. Like, they don't have that. Scottie was great. I thought this was my thoughts were that his defense and passing and like dunking would fit into a really strong lineup if a team wants to compete. They wanted to compete. They won. He had a game-winning 3. What are your large takeaways? Not of, you know, hoping for a one-on-one tournament, but the All-Star weekend, I guess, at large.
It would break Tre's heart, but Scottie would be so good for Team USA.
He's gonna make an enemy out of me.
I was watching him there, and of course he's with the future of Team USA on his team, and Cade Cunningham and Anthony Edwards and all those guys, and I'm watching him do all of the, like you said, defending, passing, moving in transition, and I'm like, this guy would be so good in Olympic basketball. He fits exactly well with like the, you know, Team USA is always about, you got to come in, you got to sacrifice. You're not going to be the guy to get the shots or make the shots. And Scottie's just like, all right, that's fine with me. I'll squabble up 10 points here and I'll be able to get a rebound, push in transition. It just feels like that is, I don't know. It would be perfect for what the 2028 version of Team USA needs. Now, that being said, I'm down for Jamaica too. I'm not mad. You know, I'm not mad about that. I'm happy, you know.
Tre, your rebuttal?
It's the preferred. In seriousness, like, if he makes Team USA, that would be wonderful. But you make a commitment to the greatest nation that has ever been created.
Did he commit? Did he say I'm locked in on this?
No, there was just a report.
Are these the Jamaican back channels that you're hearing? Like, are there the Jamaican WhatsApp group chats?
Jamaican WhatsApp group chats are not a good time. I will tell you that. The wildest things you've ever seen. But like Scottie, like when watching like the All-Star game and him playing with ants, and you see like how easy it could be.
Oh man, I know.
If he played with another great player because he like fits in like a glove and he does everything that another star wouldn't want to do. It just is like you see these
Watching
tweets
him
and like,
cut off Devin Booker, and I'm like, it could all be so easy, you know?
Dude, not to put on my like Nekias Duncan cap too tight here, but if they didn't want to allow a 3, why would Karl Anthony Towns allow himself to get pinned in there? You know, I'm just wondering. Like, you don't want to, Carl. You gotta pay attention here, man. If the competitiveness is up. Well, I actually said this to somebody over the summer. So this was when, Scottie, everyone is still talking about jackassery most of the time. You know, Trey and I, yourself, we're saying like, hey, there's a star player here. It'll come around.
Yeah.
And I was saying like, I think he's a really big part of Team USA. And I'm really sorry I said this, Trey, but I thought he was a really big part of Team USA's future at the power forward position. I got laughed out of the room, man, by some NBA people. They laughed me out of the room. I said, I don't know. I think the kid's got a shot, man. I don't know.
I think he can do it.
Exactly. Okay, so the rest of what's going to be on this podcast, we have an awards draft that we did at the start of the season. We'd said an annual thing we do. We have finally done the awards.
That's right.
We have finally hit them correctly. The Raptors have been a thoroughly awardless team throughout mine and Trey's time covering them with a podcast. There's been nothing good. And we finally have some awards. So we're going to go back over our predictions and discuss them a little bit. Then we're going to forecast the Raptors' first 5 games. My voice cracked a little bit there. I don't know if anybody heard it. But I will say...
Was this pod around for the first Scottie All-Star?
No. It started next year because... Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was around for the first Scottie All-Star. That was the first year.
Was it?
It was the second year.
Yeah.
It was the second year, I'm pretty sure. It was here for Scottie All-Star.
Yeah, you're right.
It was definitely here for Scottie All-Star.
It's the second season.
Third
season?
Yeah, third season.
And we started... Did I?
Because there's that whole... Now we're going
wait. I have it. I moved to Toronto. Trey and I started the podcast when I first moved to Toronto. Yeah, Pull Up Trey used to be not such a consistent podcast. We used to just kind of be like, hey, do you think the people want to hear us talk about Malachi Flynn? He'd be like, yeah, the people need to know. And it was the first year. So Scottie's second season is the first year we started talking or doing this podcast. But anyway, basketball can be stressful, people. Basketball can be stressful. But your choice of beer, it doesn't have to be. Coors Light delivers mountain cold refreshment. When the mountains turn blue, the beer is as cold and refreshing as the Rockies. Again, snowing. Again, crazy out here in Toronto. I'm absolutely sick of it, and it means that it's going to be so mucky and muddy in the spring, too. It's terrible. Quit making that face, S. We're doing an ad read, brother. Get it together. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold certified for a smoother finish. Celebrate responsibly, people, and you, of course, must be of legal drinking age to imbibe. Do not drink beer or Coors Light if you're not of legal drinking age. Do you not have my permission to do so? You can find Coors Light near you. Visit CoorsLightShop.ca. Okay, I have our predictions here. I made a little note of them. I went back and watched it today. Nice little podcast. The first thing, I'll say what we have correctly, and then we can go on what we think is trending correctly.
By the way, I really appreciate you doing that because I had no idea.
It's
Producer
my
ass
job.
right here. Producer ass right here.
Oh, by the way, this is a level wear hoodie that was sent to me. It's level wear right there. If you
I was
like
actually
level
going
wear,
to compliment the hoodie. That's tough.
I don't really. I would never buy Toronto Raptors stuff because I cover the team, but I was sent Toronto Raptors stuff by Levelwear, and I appreciate it very much. It's a nice purple hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to Levelwear. Okay, Trey, 1 in the docket for Scottie. Oh wait, for Scottie All-Star. Wait, no, you okay? Anyway, Trey, you don't have any guaranteed yet. Although you're tracking quite well, but I'll say the guaranteed stuff.
Okay.
Your first pick was Brandon Ingram All-Star. You nearly missed it. You nearly missed it. And if you'll recall, after you picked it, I said, did you select Brandon first because of how Scottie's preseason is going? Yes. And you said, yeah, to be funny.
Yeah.
So Brandon Ingram All-Star, that's a check for you.
Wow, Scottie preseason. I've completely forgot about that.
It was the 6th pick. And of course we're in vogue and we want to give each other room to pick the obvious ones. Yep. The 6th pick in that draft was Scottie All-Star from myself. That is also correct. The things that are tracking well. Tre's first pick was Scottie all defense. He's there.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, that's another one.
I'll give you the point. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
If the Raptors go north of 50 wins, Tre's second pick of Darko Coach of the Year has some legs.
At the very least, he's getting some votes. Yeah.
That's right. Also tracking well, CMB all rookie. Not designated. That has to be first team.
Yep.
He's tracking well for a top 10 finish, I think. Do you guys want to know what we really got wrong here? I'll open up. Do you guys remember? Because there are two huge misses here. Actually, there's three huge misses.
I'm pretty sure I remember Grady Dick's 6th man of the year was mentioned.
That was one you gave, and that is a tough one.
That's a tough one. Yeah, that's ugly.
You have the floor. Revisit.
Okay.
Let's hear what you think about it.
Well, I mean, you guys have talked about it on the podcast, but man, what a disappointing season so far for Grady Dick halfway through. And even moving forward in the future, you sort of question like what makes sense for him as an NBA player and if he can ever get back to that level of shooting 40% for the stretches that he did. It just feels like we are sort of we see an illusion of a player that we all like and we all want him to get to that point, but he just hasn't been able to get to that. It's a mirage, man. It's out there in the desert, and we want to see him be that guy, but he's not that guy. It's fake. Maybe he ends up being it, but 6th man of the year, Grady Dick is looking tough. Very tough.
I don't even want to add to it because Grady, for a guy who's playing 16 minutes per game, scoring 6 points per game roughly, has gotten a lot of airtime on this podcast.
Yeah.
Tre, do you remember the one that you guessed it's impossible for it to happen? Do you remember?
Every year I pick Jakob over something.
It wasn't Jakob. It was another big man who is now under
Urs
review.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Urs Shamshay, G League MVP, was a pick by Trevon Heath.
Damn.
Oh man.
Tough scene.
That is brutal. He gave us a 10 out of 10 summer league performance. He did everything we wanted to see. We were sitting on the sideline and I was cheering for him like his dad when he was catching short roll passes and making the right read. It looked like sky's the limit.
I will say there is a decent chance, but a pretty solid chance that the Raptors could get a G League MVP. Elijah Martin has a shot.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be over Shamshay, so I'm sorry, Tre.
Yeah. Elijah, he's a guy.
Yeah,
I think.
He is.
Yeah.
Now, of course, his runway is shorter. He comes into the league after 5 years in college. He's a small guard, so those guys usually, especially one who relies on athleticism to the amount that he does, he could burn bright for a little while as a very in vogue off the bench guard. And maybe he doesn't have this super long career, but he's an NBA player. I think he's got the goods. My incredibly big miss, which I thought might have a lot more juice for us. One shining moment where, Brandon uttered in his little ASMR voice, "He was at my mercy." I thought, ooh, Brandon, clutch player of the year. I thought it might have some legs. But then he just missed every clutch shot for 2 months. And he got doubled a lot, and then the Raptors didn't even make shots. It wasn't in the cards. I will say, Joe Wolfond wrote a really nice piece on Vivek's Substack on Brandon, highlighting his overall play and of course his defense. I think he beat you to that one, Tre. Maybe this had that's the awards drafts. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity here now. If you want to pick an award randomly, I think that is there any room for somebody to earn something new? There was, for a moment, the Sandro 6th man of the year. I can't remember who tweeted. Was it Zach Lowe? It was back in November during the win streak, was maybe Sandro deserves some 6th man of the year. We love a stretch big for 6th man of the year, don't we? It used to be that you liked the Kenneth Faried Montrezl Harrell version.
That's true.
But that guy, not any longer. I'm gonna double down here. Actually, there's just no way with Detroit. He's coach of the year, JB, surely.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Missoula is gonna win coach of the year, I think.
You think?
I think he's the betting
Is he?
favorite. Yes.
I guess, yeah, no Tatum.
Yeah. No,
Is he
Tatum.
the betting favorite?
I don't know what it is right now, but I feel like at some point in time he was.
I'm seeing JB.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting to me. I mean, yeah, that makes sense too. That's not surprising.
The Suns. I see JB, Suns coach, Jordan Ott. I had no idea what his name was. And Joe Mazzulla.
Jordan Ott?
Suns have had a great season.
That is
That
true.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that all the credit goes to Dylan Brooks. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity. Actually, this is the betting line that's being read on the show. So this segment is a presentation of Tourney Bet Online Sportsbook and Casino. Thousands of slot games, live casino at your fingertips, and a sportsbook made for Ontario. Get your game on with Tourney Bet. Tourney Bet is licensed and regulated by the AGCO and iGaming Ontario. 19 plus Ontario only. Please play responsibly. What we've picked is Tourney Bet has. This is a funny one. The 2025-26 awards, Eastern Conference Finals Most Valuable Player. We've picked this, okay? Cade Cunningham is currently number 1, but the talking point of this section is Scottie's at 4,900, tied at plus 7,900. These numbers don't mean anything to me. I'm not entirely sure, but Quickly and Brandon have the same likelihood to be Eastern Conference Finals MVP per the betting line on Tourney Bet. Who would you pick? Forget the numbers. Forget the betting numbers. What do you think about those guys being valued the same?
Wow.
It's just not a case of watching this team for dire
Tourney Bet.
season.
Why aren't you watching the Raptors? You guys are not watching the Raptors, Tourney Bet. What's going on here?
IQ is super important to the team, and all their best streaks have been when he's played well and shot the ball really well. But he's just proven that he can't be relied to be the engine of the offense that they acquired him to be. And like the way the Raptors play, like for better or not, a lot of it, especially in like big situations, is through BI, regardless of the percentages of it. So like if they are gonna go further than people expect, it's probably because he's hitting why can't I even say enormous? Whatever. Humongous shots down the stretch to help them win games.
So can I say something about Manu quickly? You hit the nail on the head there, Trey, when you said like the Raptors have been at their best when he's playing well. I released my piece. This little nugget in the piece, which I thought was really unique, is that, Quickly shooting 41% on threes out of the pick and roll. Jakob has played, 22 of a possible 53 games or so?
Something like that, yeah.
Closer to 1/3 of the season than anything else. 2/3 of Emmanuel Quickly's pull-up triples have come with Jakob on the floor. It's just or pick and roll triples.
Mm-hmm.
So pull up because he runs pick and roll, he shoots a 3. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Matches the eye test too. Like, man, does that when you watch this team, you see how much he struggles to get his shot off in pick and rolls without Jakob. The extra 0.5 seconds required for him to get his shot off, or whatever, however amount of time it is for him to get his shot off, compared to when it's like Mamu as the screener or Scottie as the screener, or if they're running like a guard screening action, compared to Jakob, where Jakob can lay a guy out. Teams will like two of IQ's best games this season have come against Portland, where like Donovan Clingan is just camping out in the paint. They're throwing drop at him, and like he never goes under. And I don't remember Golden State too. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't remember if Yak played in the first Portland game, but he definitely didn't play in the second one. And like the coverage was just so easy for him to exploit because of the pull up stuff. It's crazy to me that the betting lines are like that, but it also, I feel like it probably bakes in a Fred VanVleet type of shooting performance for him at some point in the playoffs. Like he just goes off and shoots 67% from 3 for a series, and I don't know, that's a big catalyst. But 3-point shooting so important for this team that it, I guess from that perspective, it makes sense.
The thing with Fred is that he was always able to control his volume. And Raptors fans hated it. They're like, enough volume, enough out of you, enough volume. But Quickly is a hard guy because he is not so good at controlling that volume. And to the further point of the stat, five pull-up triples out of the pick and roll without Jakob Poeltl the whole season. 5.
That's crazy, man.
That's not so much. That's
Yeah.
these are pretty small numbers. They're not big. Then okay. The last thing I want to talk about, betting lines. If you want to bet on the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, hey, it's out there. Okay, so the Raptors, this last thing, they have 5 games we're looking at after the All-Star break. They have the Bulls Thursday, Bucks, Thunder, Spurs, Wizards. The easy thing to look at there is you cut it and you say that's 3-2. 3 of these games are away, 2 at home. The 2 hardest games, Thunder and Spurs, are at home. With those matchups, Trey, I'm going to go to you first here. Does anything show up? Are you interested in any singular thing?
The Thunder matchup. We're assuming SGA is not going to play in that game, at least from what we know. I'm not a doctor.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Probably
So
not.
I think it's fairly winnable. And the big thing in terms of like the Raptors' development is, for Scottie at least, is there's very few situations where he's being defended by a wing that can absorb his power, and he has to navigate and figure out how to score in other ways. The Thunder have a guy like Jalen Williams that is one of the more unique defenders in the NBA that can probably match up fairly well, while also having that crane behind him, Chet Holmgren. I'm interested to see how Scottie is able to navigate that in a less like pressurized environment, because their SGA isn't going to be destroying Jacoby Walter and Emmanuel quickly. Can he navigate that and have a good offensive game? Because I've liked his process over the last 2 weeks offensively.
I'm surprised you brought up that, SGA probably won't be there. Are you concerned at all with AJ Mitchell's presence on this team? Big shout out to our friend. He's the real difference maker.
That's a bad boy.
He's good. There's actually somebody on this podcast seated right in the middle there who suggested to the Raptors that they trade up and get him.
Yeah.
He could have been got. Could have been had.
Yeah.
I know.
Didn't even have to trade up.
Yeah,
He didn't even have to trade up to get him.
He would have been very welcome on this team. Also, when you said Chet was a crane, were you thinking like the mechanism, or were you thinking like the bird? Because he kind of looks like a bird a little bit.
He does look like both. I was thinking the mechenism just because he's just frail and just kind of.
Dude, he also kind of looks like the Scarecrow, and his name is Jonathan Crane.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, that's what I thought of initially. I was like, that's a very niche superhero reference you're making, but I like it. I would agree with OKC. I also, just for the fact that Brandon Ingram had a pretty bad game against Lou Dort in their last performance against them. So how do the Raptors maneuver to get him easier shots if they can? That's ultimately the question. And also, hey, can Brandon get his game off against these wing defenders? Because I think that applies to the Eastern Conference playoffs too. We saw, like, against Detroit, BI really struggled to get his game off because of the help defense and the wing defenders of the Pistons. How does that match up in a series? I think it same applies to the Knicks with OG and McHale and those guys. Cleveland, not so much, but still there's going to be a lot of hands and help defense between like the Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeders of the world, although the size isn't there. So, how is BI going to kind of problem solve against a wing defense like that? And at the same time, how are the Raptors going to find ways to get them some easier looks?
I am left to wonder if you just use BI kind of as like, especially against Chet, because he's physically imposing defensively, but not offensively.
Yeah.
Which means I think you can get away with Scottie at the 5 lineups.
Yeah.
Which means I think what you can do is ask Brandon to just move Dort away from a lot of the actions, and you can run a lot of stuff with Scottie and guards, whether it's Scottie on ball or Scottie as the screener, and you can probably hit a lot of pay dirt offensively. And then it just becomes like, are the guys going to hit an okay amount of catch and shoot threes around that central tension of those pick and rolls? And I think there's probably room. Now, that's regular season basketball. Obviously, the Raptors have a lot of work to do in how they utilize Brandon more creatively. Trey and I mentioned very early on in the season, we're like, this is high school basketball. It hasn't.
It really is.
It's not changed a whole bunch. I also Victor Wembanyama. I'm very excited to see it.
Yeah.
He was great at the All-Star game, man. I love it. He's earnest. He's earnest. He's like, no, what did he say? What was the quote? He's like, I really care about basketball. I'm very passionate about it, so I wanted to like honor it and compete. You legend, you. That's great. I love that. Especially considering like he appears to be frail, even though he's not. There's a significant risk of injury to him playing competitive. And he was like, no, I got to give it to the game. Dude, I love that. That's incredible. I'm really looking forward to him.
Also, dude, this next 5 games or any games moving forward for the Raptors, how does Jakob look? You know? Because we saw him against who was okay. All right, I'm just saying, like that's a huge part of the rest of this season is if he can be anything for this team. You know, we haven't seen him be anything, even in the 20 whatever games you mentioned. Nothing.
The floor is yours, Trey.
God bless Colin Murray Boyles. If he didn't step up and rise to the occasion, this season falls off a cliff.
Yeah,
he's like gotten to a point where like any contribution Jakob Poeltl makes, like I think offensively, like their process and how they play is much easier. Like pick and roll opportunities, Jakob being a threat getting downhill, like makes their offense look better. But like he's not at a point where like I'm hoping for positive minutes at any point in time. Like if he gives us anything, that's kind of gravy. But he's missed too many games for me to be like anticipating what he's going to be doing.
So the Raptors, per Cleaning the Glass, they're a slight negative when Scottie plays center. They're a slight positive when CMB plays center, but there's not a bunch of difference. The big difference, obviously, is that the Raptors' defense is incredibly good with CMB at center. And the Raptors' offense is not very good with Scottie at center because typically that means they're playing not CMB at the power forward or Sandro or anything like that. It means it's Brandon Ingram power forward. Not a lot of defensive resistance to help out there. And you hope that they find a guy who strikes the middle there at some point in time. Sandro does to some degree. But, the Jakob thing, I don't even know how to answer it. Because so much of Trey's and I podcast is like having fun and cracking jokes, but also we get asked questions as if we will find the answers sometimes.
Yeah.
And so how do you find the answer on Jakob Poeltl this year? It's just been a bunch of misinformation coming from like, we have no idea what this guy's doing. Oh, he's fine. He'll be good in 2 weeks. Oh, everything's cool. It's like, how do you even, the dartboard is everywhere with this guy. It's impossible to predict what's going to happen with him. But I hope he's okay, and I hope he plays well, because then he's great. Then it's gravy. Then Emmanuel looks better. Then everyone looks better. Because their starting lineup actually wins quite a few minutes. I don't know if you guys know this.
I haven't been able to see it much. Yeah.
I've barely seen it.
Yeah, man. How many possessions do you guys think that their starting lineup has played together?
With BI? Like
with BI.
Maybe, I don't know, 120.
120. I asked that as if I had the answer. I'm sorry, fellas. I don't have it.
I should have thought about the answer a little bit longer.
I'm gonna say it's closer to 200. I'm gonna say that's like 175.
Well, the thing is, I'm about to go look at it. They probably haven't played that much garbage time together, but I'm just gonna look at it on Cleaning the Glass for the ease of access.
How many games? Like,
well, Cleaning the Glass will give me the possessions.
15
I don't know
maybe?
how many games.
because RJ got hurt for a little bit there too. So.
Yep. Okay, so I'll give you guys the readouts of it. They are extremely good at scoring the basketball, that lineup. They played 382 possessions non-garbage time. They're 96th percentile in terms of the points per possession.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
They never turn the ball over. They get to the line a decent amount of time. They're efficient from the floor. They rebound a lot of their own misses. Their defense has been pretty shit. They allow a lot of makes. They force a good amount of turnovers. They send teams to the line. But the big problem is they allow a lot of makes. They allow easy shots, and they foul a lot. But if a team that needs to score, I don't mind it. And then with Jakob's back, you hope that it comes around because he was better offensively with his limitations than he was defensively. Any other thoughts before we get out of here? Does anybody have a hot take regarding the Raptors?
No hot take, but just, I mean, on the Jakob thing, he is, in my opinion, like really, we've learned what we need to learn about most of this team. That's the only thing that I think we can try to gain some sort of information about over the next 20 whatever games. I think all eyes should be on Yak in terms of like if he can do anything at all, man. Because that's the difference between like we all agreed 2 weeks ago when it was the trade deadline that we probably think this is a team is a first round out type of team.
They could have win 2 All-Stars now. They're not allowed to be a first round out anymore. I'm not even joking. The expectations changed once Brandon's name got pulled. You can't have 2 All-Stars and be a first round out. Everyone calls you losers then. Yeah. You can't be happy. It's like you had 2 All-Stars.
Did your sentiment actually change once you saw Brandon Ingram do that? You know?
I mean, of course not.
I saw them like they never believed. Look at us. We proved it wrong again. I was happy.
Yeah. We got it. We got an extra tick on the awards.
It's true.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have a hot take per se, but I do think Elijah in the second half of the season, Elijah finds some sort of fixture in the lineup, at least some sort of spot minutes and the minutes that were going to Ochai. And I think the reason behind that is if these 2 young players, these 2 wing guys, if one of these guys don't figure it out, I think there's a strong likelihood that only one of them return, or maybe not even both, honestly, when the Raptors like reshape this team in the summer. So I do think they're going to need to see Elijah and how he plays with some of these starters over a longer period of time.
When in Moneyball, when he says, when you get the answer you're looking for, hang up. Have you ever done that, Trey?
No, not in a positive way, no.
That's funny. Oh, what I was going to ask you, what's your sniff test on, because Trey and I always poke fun at this, but there's all these rumors that are like, oh, you know, it's Jakob's back. The Raptors are trying to get him in the lineup so that he can prove he's healthy before the trade deadline. To me, I'm like, this is insanity. This is not real.
Yeah.
Like, there's a front office that would see him play like 23 minutes and score 14 points and be like, okay, now it's good. Yes.
No.
What do you make of the expansion of the aggregator market and how the Raptors have been so, like, they are a team that aggregators are transfixed upon for like the past 4 years?
It's one of those things where, well, you know, the Raptors never leak, and so no, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding in that conversation. No, it's one of those things where because the Raptors always have sort of this like dudes that could get traded, whether it was Pascal and OG, whether it was Fred, whether it is now RJ and Jakob and IQ. It feels like, honestly, since you guys have started this podcast, there's always someone that enters the conversation. Maybe it's you guys.
It's kind of guys
aggregating and getting this out to the rest of media. Yeah.
You know, it would be, don't you think, Trey, do you want to take a crack at this? Like, just as a bit, do you want to try and do like aggregation? Like,
that would bring me so much joy.
Trey Sidri, how is it said? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay, Evan Sidri, one of the two. Or there's like AI versions of it where it's like you read the tea leaves.
Trey Siegel, you know?
Ooh.
Sure, Trey. I know you've been doing a now decently long-running bit recently of giving half-hearted, earnest analysis tweets in between all your retweeting of your friends, and some of them bang. Is it possible you'd want to dip your toes into the Nabillions, like I'm hearing things?
The only way I would do it if it's only of your guys' like thoughts. If I just see a clip like Esfandiar Baraheni says, this might be the year James Harden does it.
Okay.
So, stuff like that.
Bro.
Are you comfortable with your other job? Like, what company with it? Can I say it on the podcast?
Sure. Go ahead.
Wait, is it like, does it matter? Because
it won't matter.
This is just for a joke I want to make. So it
won't matter.
Okay. But like, do you imagine like if you didn't know Nabil, But like, if you tweeted something out, he'd be like, "He works at Skechers. He's connected to this guy, this guy, this guy." Like, he'd be like, "This is how he knows."
That must be how like some people in the NBA, you just like see like such randomness on the thing. They're like, we've never had this conversation. Like someone will tweet out like, internal conversations have been happening about Tyler Hero, and like Pat Riley's like asleep.
Yeah.
I
Well, dude, even I was at the Hawks game like a month ago or whatever, and this was around the time where Tre was about to get traded, right? And
you got aggregated.
but I did it because I was being a shit disturber. I don't deny that. I was like, let me have some fun before the game starts. And here's Kyle Korver. Here's Mo. What's his name again? I forgot. No, not Mo Gay. No, Ansi Salah. That's his name, not Mo Salah.
Oh,
I was thinking Mo Salah, Ansi, whatever. Anyways, here's them conversing. Here's Tre walking out of the locker room. That type of stuff, it festers into the minds of people who might follow me, like Brett Siegel, like whatever, and they're like, sources say the Hawks are interested in Tre. Sources say the Raptors are interested. It's weird how that stuff works. It's really, really weird.
who is what the hell is his name?
I'll go even further here. I'll give you a story without mentioning names. I had someone DM me and be like, "Hey, this was around the time Gary Trent Jr. was a Raptor. Like, hey, where do you think Gary Trent Jr. could go? Like, he might get traded." So I was like, "Yeah, I could see like these couple of teams getting traded. I don't have any information, but like I feel like he could get traded to these teams." The next day, sources say Gary Trent Jr. interested in. I'm like, "What? How does that work? That is insane to me. That is your aggregator economy right there. That makes no sense." So to your point, Samson, it's all fake.
There was, I can't remember who did it, but Gerald, I don't know how to say his last name, but Bourget, who got fired for his Charlie Kirk tweets.
Yeah.
Great writer, covers the Phoenix Suns. He was at practice the one day, and then one of the aggregators tweeted something out, and he was like, "Bro, they just said this at practice. You weren't here. You stole it from this guy's tweet. Stop doing this. Like, please, enough." And that is kind of funny. It's the same, too, with, like, Shams has a lot of connections, but, like, you and I get, like, the PR tweets, and Shams tweets that stuff as if it's, like, a source. It's like, bro, Jennifer Quinn sent you this. What are you talking about? Like, she emailed 860 people at once. What are you doing? Even that was like he didn't break Trump. It's all a facade.
I forgot he broke Trump.
He didn't. That's the point.
Well, no, I know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He saw it. He saw the press release from the White House, and he's like, "I gotta do it."
He's the fastest gun in the West. You have to give him that.
Yeah.
This is something I noticed too. It's why I quit doing it. But when I first got put on the email list of like, or the whatever list of like Raptors PR, they reach out. I was like, I'm a reporter. It's my job to tweet this out. But then every time you tweet it out, there's like 16 people tweet out the same thing. And I was like, I'm not the fastest. So I just won't do it anymore. Tre, do you want to end the pod? Do you want to close out the podcast?
Why not? 48 wins, still loading. If they ever hit that number, there's gonna be hell to pay. There's gonna be hell to pay.
What are they projected at right now? Let's see.
Probably 47 or 46.
Probably
I would
like
guess. Wait, where do you go for projections, S? What is
I just went to cleaning the glass.
Yeah, that's where I do it too.
Yeah,
what
40,
is it?
47.
Is there any other interesting stats that are poking out on the cleaning the glass? Like, what's their win differential? They have slightly more wins than
0.4. So it's not that crazy of a win differential. The thing is, their schedule is hard moving forward. Like they have a pretty good schedule. So can they just go 500 the rest of the way is basically what Tre is asking.
That's feasible.
I think it is too.
Would 500 see them to 48 wins?
It's a little
Okay.
above 500. Like they'd have to go like 16-15 or something like that. But you could get to
Why not? So a little win streak, you win 50 games, and if you win 50 games,
they are going to beat all of the tanking teams that they play,
yeah, I would assume so.
and that's like 10 teams there already. So
So how difficult is the schedule then?
the other teams that they play are all teams that we know this. The Raptors are like 1-9 versus the top.
Yeah, I
the
think we
top
have
bunch.
from what I read. I think we have the 9th hardest schedule remaining, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Give or take.
They played Detroit like 3 more times. They obviously play OKC and San Antonio coming up. They have another West Coast road trip that they got to go to. Denver, I think.
I can't believe they got smacked by Detroit with all the suspensions, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
We were, like a week before that too.
I don't know about Detroit.
We were like, man, we could take Detroit. No problem. Cade on Scottie, no problem. Tough.
I guess for anybody, Trey, you did offer this off the podcast, but is Cade gonna have another 28 points on 14 shots game against the Raptors?
That was unreal.
No, he played like James Harden. When I saw he came off the pick and roll, pull up in Scottie's face, I was like, yeah, we lost. There's no chance we're winning this game.
A 33% shooter. What did he shoot? Like 6 for 11 from downtown?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
I don't know. Me personally, I don't know. But also the Raptors, they lost by a lot. 113 to 95. He could have made no threes. Well, and then they would have been tied. So he would have hit one.
Fair.
Anyway, Trey, the floor is yours.
all right. Again, the road to 50 wins continues. Continue to keep proving these people wrong. And let's have some fun on the rest of the season. And we are finally going to do a playoff pod. Lots of stuff in store for that.
That's right.
Baby. All right.
The last time I'm doing it, it just brings it up. I'm talking. Oh my God.
All right.
I was just gonna say the last
Yeah,
time
yeah.
you guys were at the bar for the play-in game, somber tones.
Yeah.
I was with Blake, and he and I were like, "Oh my God, they're playing great. They're gonna be there. We get to cover the playoffs." And just like I remember Blake and I had to do a podcast after that. We're just like, "Damn, man, I guess Fred can't score on Vucevic. That sucks. That was the whole game. He couldn't. They just switched out Vucevic, and that was it. Unbelievable." Okay, I'm done talking. I'm so sorry.
Is there? We've tried to end this pod like 5 times.
Yeah, like
Continue extending. Do you guys? Is there any team of the 5 teams that are outside of them in the Eastern Conference that they could beat?
You want to have this conversation again?
No, I don't want to
Surely.
have this conversation right now. But just give me. Maybe I do want to have this conversation right now.
Why don't you go first? Do you have something in mind? I see a little flicker in your eyes.
I feel like Trey and I are on opposite sides of Boston because I don't believe they could beat
Well.
Boston, but you believe they could beat Boston.
I think of the likely matchups, like they're not gonna play Detroit. They're most likely gonna win the East.
Yeah.
The Knicks, they don't have the size or the guards to guard Jalen Brunson. The Cavs just acquired James fucking Harden. It's just all right. So that's not a thing anymore. So like Boston, like they killed them with like ball pressure and like their defense, but like they're also a team that like shoots tons of threes. They could have a series where they don't shoot the ball well, and a CMB Scottie lineup might give them a lot of issues defensively. So I think of those 3 that they'll most likely play, I think it's Boston.
I do. The Boston thing is they do take a lot of threes, and I don't like watching teams that take a lot of threes necessarily, but so much of it is just self-created. Like Derek White has a higher self-creation like load to carry than a lot of stars in the NBA, just based on how often he spends time on ball. It's crazy. Peyton Pritchard, a whole bunch. Jaylen Brown, obviously. If he wins MVP, it would be the worst one of all time, but he could. I don't know.
No, he can't. No
Yes,
way.
He has a shot. If Wemby and SGA miss, I think it's like 5 or 6 more games. Jalen Brown has to win. Does he? Does he
Jokic
not?
has to miss one more game, man.
He's gonna miss a game, bro. This guy. Oh, I'm not gonna do it. Never mind.
What were you gonna
Oh,
He was gonna pull out a Jokic impression, wasn't he?
I need it.
Yeah,
I need it.
Yeah, come on.
I need it. We need it. Jokic impression, please.
oh. All-Star game.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my god, man.
Honestly, I can hardly envision Jokic's voice in my head. The only one is when last year's All-Star, when Wemby was reading a book, and Jokic was like, "Do you really bring a book?" And Wemby was like, "Yeah, I read before every game. What are you talking about?" But I can't think of Jokic's voice that distinctly. I don't think.
I also remember when he dropped 50 on Rudy Gobert, and he's like, "Brother, I had 50." You know, like the
That's not a meme that he said that.
yeah,
Wow.
Man.
yeah.
Man, so, yeah, if SGA is out for as long as they say they're out, he has a chance. Yeah, and he would. That's what I'm saying.
What a world we live in.
I made this joke earlier in the podcast, but it's like Arion to Sir Duncan the Tall when he said, "I have the honor of being a knight." He says, "Wow, knighthood has fallen on hard times."
Hard times.
I
yeah.
would feel that way if Jalen Brown won MVP. I'd be like, "What happened to my beautiful league?"
Man, that would be the best signifier for how injury riddled the season was. You know,
Yeah, man.
That's when they shortened the season.
yeah, that's what they're like. All right, man,
Mhm.
66 games. We'll just increase the prices. Sorry to little S, he can't get into the game.
They're increasing the prices anyway, man. You know what I
that's a
mean?
fact.
I can't think of the last time anyone anywhere did something that was consumer friendly. I can't think of it.
Matt Ishbia, bro, $2 hot dogs.
Oh, that's
$2
actually a
water
great
bottles.
point. Do you guys ever see the Costco thing? The famous
Yes.
leaked thing
Yeah.
where he's like, "If you
Mm.
change the price of hot dogs, I'll kill you."
Yeah.
What a line.
So fire.
I love
Mhm.
that. This guy believed in hot dogs. He would give his life to it. It's like that. Oh, I'm taking it. I'm taking it, Trey. You don't get to be the Jordan Peterson impression person on this podcast anyway. But it was like that when Jordan Peterson was like debating college kids. Well, if you think something is true, it means you would stake your life on it. You would die for it. And the kid is like, "Wait, so if you wouldn't die for something, it doesn't mean you think it'd be true?" "No, not entirely." It's just like, okay. That guy staked his life on it. He was like, "No, hot dogs are cheap. Otherwise, I kill you." I love that, man.
So
Is there
fire.
anything you guys believe in to that degree?
That's a great question.
What
The-
would you
the
kill
bus.
for?
The bus should always be free.
Why
Why are we paying for transportation?
all
to
public transportation?
offer you more of my funds?
Yeah.
Why are we paying to move?
I would do the same for free healthcare. You know, I
Well-
think it's so fire.
Wait.
It's just I would put my life on the line for
One
this.
sec. Trey, if I'm to understand that you put your life on the line for free buses, I also am to understand that they are not currently free.
Ah,
So
All right, we've been
Yes.
at this long enough.
all right, man. I still need to come up with the catchphrase, like one of those serious news, like "hello" and "good night." But
That's a short newscast.
But again, there are going to be more of us in the second half of the season. A playoff pod coming on. Our producer will be there and joining us, and hopefully they win around and shock the world like they've done for 50 games now. So
wow,
see you guys later, and let's keep rocking.
that's a good one. See you guys later. Keep rocking. There you go.